What is up everyone, once again it is Lovenji here. Today we are kicking off a new game within the classic series, Warhammer Dark Omen. This game came out in 1998, it's set in the Warhammer Empire and implements some of the mechanics of the Warhammer Fantasy rule set. And I have to be honest with you, although I love the world and the lore of 40k more than anything, this still is, for me, the best video game that they ever made for Warhammer. The game was made by a company called Mindscape and published by Electronic Arts in collaboration with Games Workshop. It is a game that I love for its sound design, and coincidentally, like Populous, this game's music was composed by the incredible Mark TDK Knight. An interesting fact about this game is that when it was released, it was considered an all-round improvement of Shadow of the Horned Rat, of which this game is the sequel to, and in fact its only negative reviews tended to focus around the game actually just being too difficult. To underline that last comment, prior to making this playthrough, I'd never actually beaten the game before without cheating on it, so join me for my first legitimate clear of one of the best games of my childhood. Let's get this underway.
And it will be a time of great strife, when the moons are united in darkness, and the dead shall walk the earth once more.
Okay guys, welcome to Warhammer Dark Omen. This is a really cool theme playing in the background and you're not going to hear that much of it because we're going to go right into this. There'll be a loud cutscene which I'll subtitle for you, but let's go.
Unaware of the evil forces gathering in the southern lands, Commander Bernhardt's mercenary army, the Grudgebringers, defend a small trading post from attack by goblins.
So, here we are, Warhammer Dark Omen. The game is a real-time tactics game as opposed to a real-time strategy and is based around the control and utilization of individual regiments of units. We start with 4 units. These are all the Grudgebringers because that is the mercenary company that Commander Bernhardt is in charge of. So we have the Grudgebringer Cannon, the Grudgebringer Crossbowmen, the Grudgebringer Infantry, and the Grudgebringer Cavalry led by Morgan himself. If the Grudgebringer Cavalry are killed at any point in the game, it is game over. Any unit deaths are, as in total regiment deaths, are completely permanent. If we were to lose the Grudgebringer Infantry in this mission, we would not be able to use them for the rest of the game. And that's one of the coolest mechanics for me about this game. One of the other things I love about this game, as I've said time and time again, is the sound design. It's almost a shame to be talking over it. You'll notice you won't be able to see my mouse cursor. That is due to this being a very old game.
Open fire!
If you actually have the mouse cursor on, it covers what feels like a fifth of the screen. It's huge. So, I suppose next I should explain the little dial in the bottom right of the corner. The dial is basically your essence of command. Whenever you select a unit, the unit's little icon will appear next to the hand in that dial, and depending on what the unit is, you can give them a number of commands. The skulls on the right hand side of that dial represents the unit's strength or toughness. Generally think about it as its ability to kill other units. And as you can see, our cannon, being a cannon, does a lot of damage if it hits. True to sort of Warhammer mechanics, the game uses dice rolls to identify the damage dealt by a lot of its abilities. So you can have the archers the crossbowmen will fire a volley, maybe kill 1, they might fire another volley, kill 5. Our very first cannon shot was a very lucky one and killed about 8 goblin archers. Now, you have the hand. The hand represents halt. It will stop a command doing whatever it's doing. This is particularly important for ranged units, because ranged units will continue to fire until you tell them otherwise. This includes if your allies are in melee. Your ranged units will continue to fire at them, and friendly fire does exist within this game. The little sun icon is a magic icon. Clicking it brings up all these different spells or magical items that you can use. The little lightning icon indicates that it doesn't cost any mana, but can be used once every cycle, which is represented by that thunderstorm you can hear. The arrow indicates you're about to, if you select it and then select an enemy unit, you are ordering a ranged attack. If you don't select the arrow first, you will actually order your crossbowmen to go into melee, which you don't want to do. The broken sword beneath the arrow is a disengage command. It will order your units to retreat from whatever melee they are in. The horn represents a charge. It will order your unit to charge in the direction that they are facing, represented by the little white arrow beneath their banners. Manually charging is often better than allowing the game to automatically charge for you, as you'll cover more distance and strike enemies before they strike you, which is very important because you get the charging bonus. Such mechanics such as flanking do exist in this game, and I will be demonstrating it off in the very first mission. When the little white arrow becomes yellow, it means the unit is temporarily retreating, and when they are waving a white flag, it means they will run off the battlefield, and are, for all intents and purposes, counted as permanently defeated. Forward! So, one of the key things about these is, as you can see, your units don't exactly turn around very easily, so the direction that your units are facing is very important. Hold fire! This first mission is very straightforward, and I don't need to explain how to do the mission so much, as it kind of explains itself, which is why I'm using this mission to explain all the mechanics. Now, with a unit in melee, this brings us to the last icon, the flexing arm muscle. You have to click it repeatedly, and doing so will strengthen your unit in combat, make them less likely to run away, and increase the damage that they deal. It is pretty much mandatory to be doing this with your units in the later missions, because some of the enemy regiments are very, very tough. Here's flanking in effect. Being flanked by both infantry and cavalry forces the unit to immediately retreat. Now, at the end of every mission, not every mission, at the end of each mission there is a chance. It's not a random chance, it's predetermined by the mission, but you'll see them all through my playthrough, that there will be an item somewhere for you to collect. An enemy regiment may have dropped it during the battle, or it may have come out of a building that gets destroyed during the fighting. Or some items are very, very well hidden. But you'll see them all through the course of this playthrough, as I do believe I collect all the magical items. So you don't have to hit the mission over arrow until you are certain that you've got all the secrets, which is what my infantry are doing. That chest contains extra gold. While a unit is retreating, any collision it has with enemy units will cause major damage, and they will suffer large losses. So by walking my cavalry through like that, I can cause significant damage and kill the enemy unit. It's important to try to kill enemy regiments because you gain more experience for the more men that you kill. Enemies retreating off the battlefield might be helpful in a difficult battle, but it is a loss of experience which you want to try to avoid. Through the course of this game, the experience will actually build up and our units will get stronger. As you can see, our infantry are only 2 skulls at the moment. And when all the enemies in the final mission are 4 skulls, that just won't cut the mustard. So experience management is going to be something else that we actually have to do across this game.
I have it!
So that is the first mission. It takes you to this replenishment screen where you can replenish your losses. Clicking the little man head with the cogs behind it will automatically replenish all of your lost units. Pause this at your leisure. These are the descriptions for each of the infantry if you're interested in the lore. This is the magical item you saw me using, this flaming sword. But otherwise, that's the first mission. And there's the statistics, how many we've killed, dead, and experience.
A battleground is a banquet of dead men's flesh. The crows are dining well. Win or lose, the crows never go hungry, eh, Klaus?
Death, some say, is its own reward, Morgan.
If death's a reward, I'll take it in gold coin, old friend. Preferably from Emperor Karl Franz. That man owes me.
Perhaps he's about to pay. You've been summoned to the Imperial Court in Altdorf. Immediate departure. Reason unknown.
Who told you this?
An Imperial courier. He rode in during the battle. It would seem the Emperor has need of a mercenary commander who deals with death in gold coin.
Then I'll not disappoint him. And he better not disappoint me. Get ready to march for Altdorf.
So guys, that was mission 1 of Warhammer Dark Omen. Straightforward mission, it's nigh on impossible to fail, save for getting the cannon to friendly fire your own units. But I'm really looking forward to playing this game, and I really hope you guys are going to enjoy it and join me for this journey, as you did for the 3 Populous journeys we've been on now. Populous isn't gone from the channel, I'm still going to be playing it here and there, because dang do I love that game. But no, I really, really like this game. I'm looking forward to showing it off, and this is going to be the playthrough in which I actually beat it for the first time. So it was a big milestone for me as well, because I'd never actually been able to finish this game before. As always, like, share the video, subscribe, let me know what you'd like to see me do in future videos, as well as any game suggestions, and let me know what you think of Warhammer. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.